Now that you've written your horse riding, teaching and study goals for the next year, we're going to go on and plan a little bit more, so just into a bit more detail. First of all, I want you to break down your goals. So if you've got a particularly big goal, like maybe start your own horse business and you're still at school, you're just finishing school, you might, as a short-term goal, say, well, I'd like to get a qualification, say as a horse riding instructor. That might be my short-term goal. Then my mid-term goal might be to work in the horse industry so I can gain experience, put together a business plan, and then your longer-term goal might be actually to start your own business, to get the funding and then start your own business. So they might be a way of breaking down your short-term, mid-term and long-term goals so that one flows on to the other. Remember though, when you do set these short-term, mid-term and long-term goals, that we still follow the smarter way of setting goals. So make sure your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and relevant, timed, ethical, and there's a reason or reward for doing them. Now, when you're planning to achieve these goals, your plans could include something that you might do on a daily basis that's working towards setting your goals. Because remember, every decision that you made, you've got to ask yourself, every decision that you make, is this taking me closer to my goals or further away from my goals? And it's really important you do that regularly, or every decision that you make. So your goals can be on a daily, weekly, monthly, 3-monthly, 6-monthly and annually. So some people might just say, particularly in the daily and weekly, it just might be a bit of a checklist of what you're going to do today to work towards your goals. But if you've got milestones, you might also say in a positive, it's now and your date 6 months from now, and I've already achieved an X amount of things. So say if you're studying, you might have it is now and then put the date down, 6 months time, and I have achieved a certain amount of units that you've completed, been marked as competent, and you keep that up on your wall with your goals or something that you can review regularly. Now your short-term goals would have your plans for daily, weekly, monthly, and would go up to 6-monthly. All right, so then you've got your short-term. Your mid-term might go, and you can do your mid-term for a little bit more often than this. It is a flexible plan, but generally you'd think short term up to 6 months, mid-term might be yearly, and then longer term plans would go on after that. If you do have something like a 10-year plan, it's important that you do have a plan each year for what you need to have achieved each year to check your goals. Don't let it go any more than once a year. So at any time, if you've got short-term, mid-term and long-term plans that go on from one to the other, you might have 7 to 14 plans or just little checklists of what you're going to do each day. And your weekly, you might go between 5 and 7 weeks. You've got in advance planned out what you need to do. And the same thing with your monthly, 3-monthly, 6-monthly and annually. Your annual ones can go on as long as you need to achieve that goal. The main thing is here, if you've got them up somewhere that they're read regularly, they could be up on a wall, they could be in your diary, they could be just on a piece of paper that you like to carry around with you, they could be, if you drive a bit, like just somewhere behind your review vision mirror maybe that you can put down and just read regularly. So that mentally you can go through and review those goals at least every day. Every day what you're working towards, what your mid-term goals are, what your short-term goals are, and what your long-term goals are. And then if you find that you're going through them every day and your goals might have changed, a step sideways, changed around a little bit, or you're achieving them a little bit quicker than what you had planned, just set aside some time to update your plan as required. Every 3 months, I think leaving it every year, like New Year's resolutions, it's great to have one on New Year's Day, but you need to update your plan a little bit more, 3 to 6 monthly as well. Alright, so remember to watch the other videos in this series. You should have already seen one about stating your horse riding, teaching and study goals, and there's another one to follow.